How's it going, guys? I figured since you've been on your best behavior and you haven't been throwing temper tantrums in the store for Snickers bars like you normally do, I would just upload on Saturday. So why not? I'm just kidding. Calm down. It wasn't a Snickers bar, it was a Milky Way. But I have a rain dance game going on against some guy by the name of Matrom. Now I have type disadvantage in this game in that he is running grass, so every single one of my attacks will be doing less, less damage, 20, according to every, the rule of grass Pokemon, I suppose. The hand I draw into is somewhat okay, I guess. I mean, I get a Mantine, I get a Kyurem, but I really want to get the Feraligatr out as soon as possible after seeing his deck. Now, I see Grass, which is like, Glaciate, not going to work out too well, especially if this is the Leaf Storm Superior. Superior is mainly just good for healing damage counters off, so that means Kyurem is actually going to be a pretty weak link until I can take that out. But here he puts out an Eviolite on it, which I was like, you plan on evolving this thing later, so I really don't understand why you're doing that. But series of plays I'm going to do in this first turn, very straightforward. Just going to go ahead and Pokemon Communication out the Golduck, get myself, I think the thing I decided to get was a Cleffa, because I know I can use Group Swim for the Totodile, and once Mantine dies, I'll need to start shuffling out my hand, and, just shuffle it out as early as possible. That'll be great. So, got the Cleffa, going to put down the energy on Mantine so it can Group Swim, and then I'm just going to flush out my hand now. Hopefully I get some good things. Not really fantastic. I do get the 2 basic Pokemon I can put down, and then I get a Pokemon Communication, which I can use on Golduck in order to get, what am I getting? What am I getting? I think I'm getting a Totodile is what I'm going to get. So I can put that down and then evolve it next turn. If I'd had gotten, just a Totodile in my hand after flushing it out with Professor Oak, that would have been pretty cool. So right now I decide I'm going to go ahead and Group Swim, get myself a Golduck, so that way I can get Golduck and Croconaw in play on the next turn, and then probably retreat out, go to Cleffa, and then get myself a new hand. And then we'll just go from there. It's pretty straightforward. But while he's doing his things, you can kind of see what's going on his side of the field while I talk. I figured I would explain this deck to people that don't really understand how it works. Mantine's got the attack called Group Swim, which lets you search your deck for water Pokemon as your attack and then shuffle your deck afterwards. He's actually going to go for N and flush out my hand in the meantime, though, disrupting me quite a bit. So, Kyurem's got the Outrage and the Glaciate going on, 20 plus 10 more for every damage counter, and then Glaciate does 30 to everything on the other side of the field, not applying weakness and resistance to bench pokes. Cleffa just shuffles out the hand. Golduck, I will explain when I evolve him on the next couple of turns, and then Feraligatr has the ability Rain Dance, which is what this entire deck revolves around. It lets you put down as many water energies as you want from your hand onto, into play. You just got to click the ability and then just do it. But it turns out I actually draw into a Croconaw despite him, making an attempt to disrupt me. So I'm going to put down that water energy right now, and I don't want to bring in Cleffa just yet. I'm definitely going to go for the Golduck. That way I can evolve Golduck and Feraligatr, or Psyduck and Croconaw rather, into Golduck and Feraligatr, get these energies going, and then we'll just be in a better book. But he's getting set up too, so if he manages to get I think he does end up getting the superior setup right now. And it happens to be the Leaf Storm one as opposed to the Miracle Heal. Leaf Storm heals 20 damage counters, or not 20 damage counters, 20 damage, 2 damage counters is what I meant to say, from each of your grass Pokemon. So he's running a grass deck, I'm running a water deck. Gonna be a little bit of a hard time, but overall I don't think it'll give me a lot of trouble. So, what do we got? So he takes out Mantine. Kind of grateful for that because it actually lets me use Twins right now, but I'm going to go ahead and evolve fucking Croconaw and Psyduck into Feraligatr and Golduck, and that'll just let me, put down 2 extra water energy on this turn. Gonna put it on the Kyurems just because, they're bulky. I don't need to put them on Feraligatr until I have all my energy in play. And right now, I'm actually going to go ahead and use Twins on 2 water energy just to get even more energy going. I'm going to end up using Cleffa to shuffle out my hand anyway. The other thing I also could have done was gotten Manaphy and 1 water energy just to have it ready just in case, Eek ends up being like a miss thing and I end up waking up on the first turn. But Rain Dance down another one, and then I think both of my Kyurems are set up at this point. Just going to go ahead and attack. Get myself some more cards. Not really a better hand. I only have the 1 water energy on it. But I can Pokemon Communication out next turn, or I can Junk Arm out those Pokemon and then, get a card that I need. I think the really only thing I have in there is probably Communication. I don't think I've used switches or anything like that. It'd be stupid to Junk Arm right now. But let me take the opportunity to explain Golduck, since this turn is just kind of lull stuff, I guess. But Golduck has an attack called Powerful Splash. does 30 plus 10 more for every water energy you have in play on your side of the field. So automatically, you know, if you're only running water energy in that deck, Powerful Splash becomes 50 just stock on Golduck. And then with Kyurem, it would be, you know, 60, 70, 80. With the other Kyurem, it would be 90, 100, 110. So Powerful Splash is going to be doing 110, and because Feraligatr, you know, pushes the energy out of the hand onto the bench, it just powers it up, and it makes it the powerful hitter for this deck. You know, Kyurem's the bulky one, and he can hit hard, but he needs to have damage counters on him first. That's generally how it works, but, you know, you got to have the one Pokemon that just rushes things, and that is definitely Golduck. I'm thinking about running 3-3 instead of 3-2. Still kind of on the fence on that. 3-2's been working out fine. Since I do run 2 Kyurems, I probably could be running 3, you know, swap out an energy for that. If I were to get another one, I would definitely consider it. So he does things. He finally puts down a Fliptini for some reason, you know, just whatever. I don't even know what purpose Fliptini has in this deck. The only thing I can really think of is just Wrap on Servine, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not thinking clearly, but I can't really think of any grass types that are going to benefit from coin flips. Anyways, I am going to go ahead and go for Professor Oak, and look at all that energy. Look at all them Hamboigas, too. Look at that. Just all the energy going to go onto the field right now. Got it. You know, I got 1 on Manaphy, and then I'll put 2 on Golduck so it can start attacking. And then I'm kind of, you know, actually, you know what? Golduck already had 1 on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start Rain Dancing onto Feraligatr because he's bulky, and if I need to attack with him, I can. It's mainly just going to be in case, you know, he ends up catchering. That way, you know, I could get out, and then I also have Fisherman, so I can get out those energies, and then put him right back on Feraligatr. For now, I'm just going to let my Clefairy sleep, and then if it dies, I can bring in Manaphy, and then after that point, you know, I'm really just looking to search through my deck for as many energies as I can to take out the Serperior in one hit, because what I don't know at this point is that Eviolite still works on him, because he put it down on it when it was a basic, and I didn't think that was how it worked, and that kind of sucks. But I decided to go for, I believe after some thought, I decided to go for the Fisherman, you know, looking at his HP, and I was counting out the energy. I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then, you know, plus 3, I think, is, you know, 140. So I need 1 more energy to kill off Serperior with the resistance. So I decided Fisherman for it, and then I'm going to put it down on Feraligatr this turn. That way Powerful Splash does 150 minus, you know, 20 is going to be 130, so that should be enough to kill it off, right? Wrong, because Eviolite works. And that really threw me off. So that is something I'm going to keep in mind for later, that when you put it down on a basic and then you evolve it, it still works. So I don't know if they're going to fix that or what, but it really got on my nerves on that one, since that was supposed to be a pretty damn good play. I wouldn't have used the Fisherman if I'd have known that, and I probably would have just gone into, I probably would have just eked again had I known that, but he decides to use a potion, which is interesting, I suppose, for this deck, but he recognizes that I only have 90 max HP. Virizion has an attack that does 100. That particular Virizion does it anyway, so he's actually going to go ahead and take me out, and that kind of sucks, but I have 2 things I can shuffle out my hand, and then I'll have to resort to Kyurem and Feraligatr and things like that. But I think I'm looking for things what am I doing right now? So I guess I'm going to go ahead and Collector. That way I can just, you know, get the Psyduck, and then I'm going to go ahead and retreat into Kyurem, possibly to Glaciate. I don't really know what's going on at this point in the game anymore. That just really threw me off, and I didn't know what to do. So I could Catcher things in and try to kill them. The main thing I really want to kill off is both of the, you know, the Snivy lines. He's going to go for the thing, the hammer thing, probably take off an energy of mine. Now, that means I can't Glaciate anymore. So that kind of sucks. But I do still have the other one. I am running 1 more Fisherman, so the energy that's in the discard pile. There was the 1 from Retreating Mantine, there is the 1 from this, and then there is the 2 from Golduck. If I were to draw into another Fisherman fairly soon, I would be able to get all of it back immediately. And it turns out that I do, but I can't use it until next turn because I actually use Sharon. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out. That thing's got damage counters on it. It'll be good for later. But look at how many, you know, he has on him. As much as I really wanted to bring in Feraligatr to kill it off, since I think it would be able to, since it has damage counters on it and whatnot. Actually, it would definitely be able to. I don't want to deal with Serperior, so I'm thinking about what I can bring in to do things to. And I realized that, you know, Leaf Storm isn't going to apply to Fliptini, so bringing that out would kind of be a waste. I'm actually just going to go ahead and use Glaciate on the on that thing. It really didn't matter But he's going to have to put an energy down on it to retreat out. And then there's the possibility that he doesn't have one in his hand. I recognize that's kind of a long shot, but it's the shot I have right now at the moment while I wait for Fisherman to come back, and then I can build up the Golduck and then be good to go from there. So if this Kyurem ends up taking damage, I'm really okay with that. I really am. So, and then I get, you know, another Golduck. So I didn't know I was running 3-3. That's kind of cool, I guess. Looking at Fisherman, I can definitely get 4 back, and that... What? Okay, I guess I only get 3 back. Stupid me, forgot how to count for a second. Or maybe just remembered wrong. Oh, wait. No, I got it back from earlier with the first Fisherman. Duh. Okay, that's where I miscounted. But I'm going to put the, you know, I'm going to get some energy on Feraligatr, and then I'm going to go ahead and use Switch to bring in Golduck, and then finally kill that damn thing off. I got all the energy back that I lost over the past couple of turns. But I guess I decide to Outrage, so that way I don't have to use Golduck right now, seeing that Outrage will do the job. He does have another Superior that will be lying in the wings depending on what he's able to do. But he can also kill me off with a Sacred Sword right now, and he puts an Eviolite on it. So I'm going to need to do a serious amount of damage in order to kill this thing off. I believe my Powerful Splash will have to be at 140 in order to break even. And the best thing I can do is probably, you know, just eke out or, you know, use Manaphy, things like that. I do have energy in the discard pile as well, so I'm not able to get it back. Best thing I can probably do is... What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I deciding? I guess I'm deciding on Golduck because I don't really have another choice. But I'm going to put down another energy on Feraligatr because it doesn't really have anything it has to go on, and then just get that Psyduck ready. I do 110. And then I guess that knocks it out, surprisingly. Did it have damage counters from earlier? I guess I wasn't looking right, but it kills it off. Fantastic. You know, I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I'm kind of coming back a little bit. Let me see what's going on. He's going to decide what to do in a little bit. And then there's Servine. And then if that paralyzes me, I have a Switch. And then I can just bring in Kyurem. And then he has the Sawsbuck. I personally think he probably should have used Sawsbuck earlier. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch out. Go to Cleffa for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Oh, okay, just to bring that back in and then just be like, hey, fuck you for earlier for, you know, using Eviolite improperly. Or, you know, if that happens to work, then just a general fuck you. But he's going to put down some energy on it. I don't have a grass weakness, and then I have the electric weakness, but he's not going to be able to kill me off. I'll actually put off another energy on it just to heal off some damage, and then deal the easy 120 to take him out. So that's going to be the game, guys. Kind of interesting how I kind of came back in the middle there, I guess. That Superior really did throw me off a little bit, but still had for a pretty good game. If you guys enjoyed it, welcome to leave a like rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. If you're watching this today on Saturday, I had a Mosh Pit upload. I thought it was pretty good, so I'll leave a link to that in the description. I probably will have also had a battle upload previous to this. So, you know, Saturday is abnormally full of videos from me. Enjoy, I suppose. This is your Milky Way. You just better not embarrass me in front of the cashier again. Okay, I will see you guys on Monday.